Hello, here am I again, Cheryl Ray, and I am uploading my second video. Today is Sunday, November the 5th, and it's been a while because I've been so busy with different things. And I'm going to talk today about the second time I'm going to talk about my journey to America, coming to America, and how good God has been to me, how putting Him first in your life and partnering with Him in your life and everything that you do, and always seeking for His will, always asking Him for His perfect will, always including Him, how beneficial it is for you. I pray that my video will be a blessing to someone. So the last time I spoke about, coming to America and meeting my husband, my second husband, and if you haven't seen that video, you could go so you will understand. So I don't have to go through that again. But I'm a Christian. I believe in God first. I put Him first in everything, and I have not been wrong. And today I'm going to talk about after getting married, meeting my husband, and we got married. And I want to talk a little bit about acquiring my green card, how God has been even in that, because my husband is much older than I am. And in getting a visa, getting a green card in America and every country, when you have an age difference, a big age difference, it can seem like a problem. It could pose a problem because people would think, oh, you're just marrying this person for citizenship, you don't really love them, because it happens a lot. People pay people to be able to become a citizen of America. That is not it's not something I've ever been interested in doing. I cannot just be with somebody and I don't love them. I have to love you. So, after my husband and I decided to get married, and he was a little hesitant to marry me because he was thinking, I'm not young. Yes, I look good now, but in a few years, why am I taking on this young wife? And he was afraid to get married. He was like, why should I do this? And I had to calm him. I said to him, listen, you do this. I said, one day I will be taking care of you. I will be taking care of you. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to be a burden to you. I'm not a person to depend on people. I've always been a very independent person. Even from little, I had to comb my own hair from a young age. I don't know what it is to have a mom combing my hair. I remember my sisters doing it, but from a young age, I started to do my own, and God just gave me that gift of being independent, very, very independent. It's just something about me. And so I had to convince him that, hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about taking care of me. So we got married, very simple. I'm not one for all the drama. And so we went through a lawyer to apply for my green card, because you have to apply for a green card now before you become a citizen. So we went through, the lawyer sat with him and we talked, discussed things. Then the day came now for us to see, to have one of those people at the immigration, the consultant, to review your case and tell you if they approve of you or not. So we got the appointment, we did all the paperwork. When we went into the office that Tuesday morning, I can never forget, it was a Tuesday morning. As soon as we walked in, it was a lady, my lawyer, my husband and I. My husband is not a very talkative person. He's a quiet, calm person. My lawyer was concerned about the age difference. Okay, he said that to me, and I think he himself probably didn't even believe that I really was marrying my husband, because I loved him. I think he himself figured I just wanted to marry him to get citizenship in America, which America was not a place that I ever really wanted to live. It's not something I thought of, and if I wanted to become a citizen, I could have come one, because my mom who was still alive at the time, she was a citizen of America, so I could have applied if I wanted to. She lived in San Diego for many years, but I said, Mom, I'm not interested in that. I was never interested. And but God knows what He has, the plans He have for us. Sometimes the very thing we're not interested in is what God wants for us. So when I walked into the room, they had a camera, and the lady was like, okay, she was like trying to tell me sit, and I didn't understand. She started attacking me right away. She's like, oh, you don't look like you're serious about this. And it's like she started at me right away. Because you can't blame them. People do it. People do get married just because they want citizenship. It happens in my country too. People from other Caribbean islands come into my country and they just marry the men because they want citizenship, and then they find reason to leave them. So she said to me, she said, oh, we're not going to give you this green card, and then you're going to just bring a restraining order against this man. She attacked me right, and I was kind of confused. I was like, what is she talking about? What is she? I'm kind of confused, you know? And then my lawyer eventually had to intervene and say to her, well, she's not Russian, you know, she's not Russian. And then I started to tell her, miss, I could have become a citizen a long time if I wanted. And I started trying to tell her about my mom, and she was still good. And then I just heard the Spirit of God say, be quiet, I got this, I got this. And I just stayed calm, and I just let her see what she said. And then, you know, she's like, you know, she asked her questions, and, you know, I'm on camera and whatever. And that was it. And we left, and my lawyer was like, okay, now we just gotta wait and see what to decide to do. That was the Tuesday. The Thursday he calls me and he says, I don't know how this happened. I've never seen this, but I have your green card here. I'm surprised we get this so early, especially knowing how this lady was going on. And I said to him on the phone, I said, because I'm God's child, okay? I am a child of God. I know the God I serve, and he's going to take care of me. He was surprised. You're talking about basically a day. It did in a day, 2 days, less than 2 days. The green card is in his mail. But, you know, they gave it with stipulations. You could only get it for 2 years. And after 2 years, you have to reapply. Of course, they have to see that you are doing things right. They have to see that you're really still with this man. You have to show that you guys have things together. You're on a lease. You're living. You're not living in some other state, and he's here. They want to see pictures, but hey, I wasn't doing anything fraudulent. So everything they required, I had it. You know, I used to go to his family, visit with them. So the 2 years came. During that 2 years, I want to talk about my journey to becoming my own, like say, self-employed eventually, you know, basically starting off self-employed and then becoming my own, having my own business where I have people working for me. So I always wanted to work, to be my own boss. You know, I went around, looked at a few jobs here and there. I worked at a restaurant for a while, and then decided to apply at ShopRite, you know, as a cashier. And I noticed that they wanted you to be a cashier and also to be packing bags, which in my country, we don't pack bags. In my country, we have the packers. It's very rare that the cashier would turn and pack the bags. In my country, we have packers. We have what they call baggers. They make their money and they make tips because people would give them money. Sometimes they make so much money in tips. So this was like, what? I have to pack bags too after I cash? So I have to worry about balancing and still packing these goods. I know how stressful it is on your body to do both. So when I heard the money, I was like, no, this is not enough money for me. I can't do this work. No. And it's part-time. And, you know, I looked around, but in my spirit, I just wanted, and I like cleaning. It's my thing I love to do. When my kids were little, my relatives would come, my husband's at the time, his sisters would come, and they would marvel at how my place was so clean with these children. My mom used to say, oh my gosh, your place is so clean, even your corners are clean. That's just me. So I started to say to myself, Lord, if I could get a job, if I could get a few clients to clean even 2 houses a day, I would make enough money, you know. I don't want to work for anybody. But somehow I found this thing online, this company called Made Pro that was hiring people to clean. And it's like a spirit God told me, go and work for them. So I decided to go, started to work for them. And then I started to see their system, how, you know, hey, they're sending out people to clean for them, you know, and I started to watch it. I learned a lot from them because even though I could clean, there are things that they show me that I wouldn't think about in cleaning someone's home and how you can execute it in a certain amount of time. You know, like a house that's already clean, you send 2 people in there and they could clean it in 2 hours, and because it's already clean. The first time you do that deep clean, but then when you come to maintenance. So I learned the ropes of the company. I saw how they did system, how they did things, everything. And I was like, hey, I can do this. I can do this. Okay. So somehow I also found something called Home Advisor. Just where you can, you know, people who are professionals, whether you're a painter, a carpenter, a construction worker, whatever you do, you can put yourself out there. They're basically a platform for you to get advertised, get jobs, get leads. So I said, wow, let me sign up for this. I went through the process. You have to be approved. They have to see you don't have any criminal background because you're going into people's homes. And I was like, yeah, okay. I started getting little jobs here and there. Of course, you have to win these people over, you know. So I would go to the people's home. If I get a call, I get a lead from them, you call the client, and I would go to their homes. And I remember one of the first jobs I got, I went to the lady to do the walkthrough. And she said to me, you know, I'm going to choose you. She said, you know why? She said, after I did the walkthrough and she called me back, she said, even though I had 2 persons who gave me a cheaper quote than you, I'm going to choose you. And I was like, wow. She said, no, one of the reasons I'm choosing you, because you had the tenacity to come all the way to my home. And I started to think, I was like, wow, so these other people are not coming to their homes. They're just talking on the phone. So I was like, wow, okay, so I have something up one on them. But then also in working for Made Pro, I saw little things that they didn't do that I think, okay, I think you should be doing that. I think why you not do that? They would clean people's toilet bathroom and they would leave the toilet, the brush and the hole there dusty, just put it back dusty. And I felt, a clean bathroom with a dusty brush and the brush holder, no. So I saw little things that they were not doing, and I said, okay, I'm gonna do that when I start my business. So this lady gave me that chance to clean her house. She was downsizing. She had a big house, and she's like, I don't have any kids anymore. Me and the husband don't want this big house. And me and her built such a beautiful relationship, and she even gave me a couple of the clients after that. But she sold the house, and she also gave me a few furniture, a glass table, couple glass tables that I still have up to date because it was a big fancy house. She had money. But what struck me is that she's saying, I'm coming to her. So I realized, okay, I'm going to capitalize on that. So I built my clientele through Home Advisor. I would hire little girls here and there, but I started off doing it myself, basically, so I could build up a capital. I started with basically no money. My husband had 2 vehicles, luckily, and I could use one of his to start. You know, at first he was like, oh, you're killing up yourself with this job and it's too much work, and you know, he said his things. And I said to him, listen, this is my business, this is what I'm doing. I said, you work for somebody, you complain sometimes, you call me, you're tired, you're weary, they beat you up, you don't feel like you get making enough. Many times I hear you say you want to look for another job, you always want to change the job. And I said, I'm doing this, it's my business. Sometimes he said, you're not charging the people enough, that's not enough money. And I said, it's not about money. I'm not doing this because of the money. I'm doing it because I love it. I really love cleaning people's homes. I love seeing a home that was really dirty and then I made it into this brand new home. You know, people say, why you do a job like that? You're such a beautiful woman. Why are you doing that? That's degrading. I was like, how could it be degrading? And you know, one thing I reference when people will say, why do you like cleaning? Why do you choose that? Why you could work in an office. You could, if my husband used to say, you're good with computers. Why you didn't go and work for Comcast or something, you know, to figure things out? But this is what I love. I'm doing what I love. I don't want to work for anybody. I'm doing what I love. I don't think anybody can pay me my worth. This is I run my show. I choose who I want to work with, who I want to. If I don't want to do a house, I cannot do a house. If I say I don't want that client, I don't want that. But when you work for somebody, you have to take whatever. You have to work with people that you may not like, and you have to put up with it. I'm my own boss, right? So sometimes he would say, you're not charging them enough, and I'd say it's not about the money. I said, yes, maybe I'm not charging that client enough. Maybe I should be charging them $20 more. But what if that client gives me a job? What if that client gives me another client? That's a client I didn't have to pay home advisor for that lead. So I am building something here, you know. So it went on, and I got favor with people. I would go to the walkthrough. I remember one client I have up to today. I went to do the walkthrough for her house on a Wednesday. Her husband and her was home. This was their home. They were living there for 2 years. Young couple, didn't have any kids, and they said to me, "Oh, we have two other people coming to do walkthrough, you know." So I said, "Okay." Went. I put on my gloves. And they said, "This is the first time we cleaned this home since we bought it." I put on my gloves and I'm showing them. I'm demonstrating for people what I'm going to do, the areas I'm going to pay attention to, because this is it. You're selling yourself basically to these people, right? So I showed her, I'm going to move this, I'm going to move that, and I'm touching her while I'm there. She said, "Oh, stop, 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 stop. My husband said he likes you. He's not even going to call the other people. He likes you." So I was like, wow, I was really taken. I just did what I did, but the kind of response I got from people was, it started to make me stop and think. And then I started to realize, oh my God, I have favor from God. God is giving me favor. So it reached the point where I had so many clients that I had to tell Made Pro, I quit. Now, they had made me become a trainer. They had a position, hey, anybody want to become a trainer? Because I got good reviews, right? I would go to houses where the clients were accustomed to one person, and they were like, oh, we only want her to come. And I remember one time they sent us to this house, and they said the client very picky. She don't like anybody else, but we sending her two best. They used to call me the heavy hitter because I really clean, heavy. And so they sent us to this lady to clean, who was accustomed to one of the girls, and she just liked her. So, but I didn't pay any mind to that. I'm coming to do my job. So it was me and another Indian girl from Guyana who went to do the job. And honestly, the house was dirty. I was like, okay, if they're cleaning, she cleans every 2 weeks, why is this house so dirty? But I just did it. I think it was the next week we saw the review that came in for the two of us, and the lady's review was, oh my God, my house was genuinely clean this time. I really always like her. The girl, whatever her name was, really always like her, but my house was genuinely clean by these two girls. They really did. So I started to think, why would she say the house was genuinely clean? But then I realized that people were just doing surface cleaning, So all these things I paid attention to. When they made me become a trainer, it still wasn't enough. Sometimes in 2 weeks I'm making $700, and I was like, sometimes some days you're ready to go work, they call you, they say, oh, don't come out today again. At the end of 2 weeks I was like, I need more work. So they were like, oh, we don't want to give you too much work. I'm like, but it's not enough money. I can't be making $50 a day. This is no money. Might as well stay home. So eventually I gave them my, I started calling out and saying, I'm not coming today. And they were like, hey, everything okay? Why are you not missing so much? But they didn't know I was building my clientele, until eventually I said, you know what? I am making enough money that I don't need them. And I just quit. And I know it was hard. They didn't want to lose me because I always had good reviews. So I saved my money. So this time I'm still using my husband's vehicle, but I saved up my money until I was able to put down a deposit to take out a Toyota Tacoma. And in 2019, I bought my Toyota Tacoma. And I always love trucks. I love big vehicles. I love big vehicles. I love a truck. Beautiful truck. I still have it today. God has been blessing me so much. So much. I have met so much beautiful people in this journey. Beautiful clients, beautiful customers that, wow, it's so beautiful. But, people letting you into their homes, and they're trusting you. And some of the things some of them would say, you realize they're probably even watching you on a camera while you're cleaning, and so I built up that trust. And as I want to end this video, to say this. When I used to tell my husband, it's not about the money, and it's, yes, I may not be charging that clientele enough, but I'm trying to get a foot in the door. I'm trying to get build a platform and trying to build my brand, because I called my business Ray of Sunshine after my last name Ray, and also after my husband, because I tell him, you're my ray of sunshine. When I was in a dark place, life wasn't all the best, you're my ray of sunshine. So I called the business Ray of Sunshine. And I started basically with no money, but I saved and I saved and I saved, because I didn't have to really give him much. He didn't demand a lot from me, and I saved my money. And as he said to me, you're not charging people enough. And I also built up my reviews on Home Advice, and my reviews started to get so good that people that was not in their area that I work, because I had a radius where I would work, so they would be calling, we want that lady, we want. I would do things that other people wouldn't do, like move their stove. I was not afraid to try anything, and I was learning, and I made little mistakes along, but I was not afraid to take on a job. I was ready to go. Till then I was able to do post-construction, clean and move all clean and everything. I'm learning while I'm going along. And that client, well, I remember one client I used to clean for, and she used to tell them in her office, hey, you guys should get my cleaning lady, because she cleans real good. She didn't like the way the office looked. She was a very detailed, clean lady, and she kept at them, get my clean lady to come clean the office. And eventually one day they said, okay, come give a quote. I gave them a quote, and nothing happened, and she wanted me to reach out, and she was like, oh, you just gotta give these things take time, they take time. So I was like, okay. And then one day I had a dream. This was in 2019 now. I had a dream where God basically showed me that I would get the job. It's like a contract was being up with whoever they had, and then they were going to take me. Lo and behold, 2020, COVID came, and they had to hire a professional cleaning service, because come to find out, somebody in the office had their kids cleaning the place, and that place was dirty. It took 4 of us 8 hours to clean this office because it was so dirty. And they were very pleased. They thought they got new floors. One or two persons thought they got new floors in their bathroom because the floor looked so different. And then they realized, oh, we didn't have clean service, because they never had one. But that client gave me my first office clean contract. And then I put down a lawn sign, and lo and behold, the office right next to it, one day I got a call from a gentleman. It was a database. I still have both of them today. Database solution. He called me. He said, listen, we had a lady clean for all these years, and now she's old. She can't do it anymore. Come clean. And guess what? Because of her, that client, which my husband used to say I wasn't charging her enough, because of her, I was able to make thousands of dollars. So I don't worry about the money. And that's what I want to tell people. Don't worry about money. I don't run after money. I don't do this for the money. I do this because I love doing what I do. I do this because I love serving people. I have come to realize serving people is one of the most important things in life. Serve people in whatever way you can. Serve. Let them see that you care about them, and the money will just flow. It will come to you. The jobs will come to you till they will say, I can't handle. There were times when I would say, Lord, I partner with God so much. I said, Lord, you're going to plan my schedule for me. When I was tired and I know my body needs a rest, I would say, God, I'm tired. I can't do too much this week. And you know what? People would be calling me, oh, I'm canceling, whatever. Because it was still just me mainly. And I had 1 or 2 people here and there. Some would come, they don't stay long, they leave, they might work a few months or a few weeks, and then they move on. Because cleaning is not for everybody. You have to really love it. And it's hard to find people out there who could clean the way you clean too. Because some of them would say, oh, your workers and them are nice, but they don't clean the way you clean. And I didn't want to do this forever either. So, from that, God will just plan my schedule. He will just make things work. Because sometimes I start off the week with maybe 2 jobs, 2 houses. And then all of a sudden, calls coming in. And I have work, just the week just fill up. God is just so good. And everything I pray and I ask him, he work it out for me. He works it out, because and he just gave me favor upon favor with different ones. I'm telling you, the favor just came. It just came. I was getting clients, and these clients would give me things, and I just wanted to end and saying that because I didn't run after money, money still came to me. I was not doing it because I wanted the money. I was doing it because I love doing what I do, and I love serving people. I love the joy of seeing a house dirty before and after when I take the pictures and I see. I love when the client comes and like, wow, they can't believe it. And because of that, I realized that, you know what, you don't chase after money more and more. And I even tell people, you chase after money, it's just going to run from you. Don't chase after it. Chase after God. Chase after making people happy. Let them know you genuinely care about them. And that is the reviews I get sometimes, that people say she genuinely cared about me. And sometimes I got tips of $200. Sometimes the client will say, I know you did more than you're charging me here for. Here, take this, right? And then Christmas come and people will give me so much gifts, so much money that I make all like $2,000 just in tips alone. Love God. Put him first. I know I'm telling you, if you want to start a business, whatever business it is, don't worry about the money. Build your brand. That is what I have built, a brand. If you look up on Google, you would see Ray of Sunshine. You Google Ray of Sunshine Clean, a cleaning business. I'm on Instagram and also I have a YouTube channel, How to Clean, tips on how to clean. So you could also look for that under Cheryl Ann Ray, and you would see the videos that I put out there. In this journey, I have grown. I have learned so much. I have figured out things. God has just inspired me, taught me things about cleaning that other people don't do. That I have gone and with other bigger cleaning companies and figure out things that they didn't know. They think it's only chemical, and I show them simple little tools they can use to clean that they don't use to use chemicals, because chemicals can be toxic, So partner with God, trust him, put him first, pursue after serving people. Pursue serving people. And in all that I did, I made sure I always gave my tithes. I made sure I always try to give God his part. I'm always giving, and I have done a lot of free cleans, and because of those free cleans, I have gotten, doors have opened for me, So this is just another 30 minutes of talking about my journey and how God has blessed me. And thank you for listening again. I just came from church, so that's why I'm like this. And just want to keep encouraging you guys. Serve God. Put him first. He loves you. If you give him a chance, he's not going to force his way into your life. He just wants you to let him. Just open the door and say, here you are, Lord. Here you are. Come into my life. Take control of it. Take control of everything. And he will do it. As I end, I just want to pray for anybody that's watching, that God will bless you. God will lead you and guide you, that you would give him the chance, and he will just show you what is his perfect will for your life. His will for you. He said, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you. Deuteronomy, to give you an expected end. He can do for you what he did for me. If I can come from another country and come to America with nothing much and do what I'm doing now, it can happen to you too. The next time I'm going to talk about how much further my business has gone from little to much, not much, to so much, and how God has blessed me, and even that I can be a blessing to my husband. So I wish you guys a wonderful day. I pray right now that God will come into your home, wherever you are. If you're driving, wherever you are, I pray that God will come in and bless you and speak to you and show you that he loves you and that he cares for you, and he wants to plan your life just as he has planned mine. He wants to do so much for you. He wants to blow your mind, but you have to give him the chance. And I pray right now you will allow him to. In the precious name of Jesus. Amen. God bless you. Bye.